You know you've got that thing that makes the girls all swing. You know exactly what you do.
Hey guys, welcome back to A Dose of Two. We are on episode 30, which means we are one past 2 and one before 4. We're super excited to be here. Are you excited to be here?
I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm excited,
Shelby,
Mr.
I'm excited to be here with you.
Let's get into this week's episode. Our theme this week, super fun. It is our favorite book to movie adaptations.
Yes. We chose 3 each, and they're not necessarily our favorite books or favorite movies by any means. They're just our favorite adaptations and why we think they're our favorite. Why we think they're our favorite. Why we say they're our favorite.
We only think they're our favorites. We don't know. Granted, one of mine is my favorite movie.
I mean, I still really love all my books and my movies, but I'm not. If someone were to be like, what's your favorite book? It probably wouldn't be any of these, but I still love them.
Okay. So, but before we're going to get into it, we are actually going to play a little bit of a trivia. So this week, a little different than the last 2, we actually know each other's choices before. They're sitting here on our little stand, so obviously we know them. But I wrote 9 trivia questions for Heather, and Heather wrote 9 trivia questions for me. We're going to put a minute on the timer, and we're going to see how many you can get right. Before we get started with our trivia, we probably need to go over our books in the beginning. So
just so you know what we're talking about.
So it doesn't sound totally random. My 3 I chose this week are the Lord of the Rings trilogies.
I will take the ring to Mordor. I do not know the way.
The Hunger Games trilogy, and
I volunteer as tribute. I believe we have a volunteer. Mr. Leia.
I need to get out of here. You need to get out of here.
No.
Go find Mom.
No.
Grim, go find Mom right now.
No.
So sorry.
No.
Go find Mom.
No.
Grim, leave. Go find Mom.
No. No. Dramatic turn of events here in District 12.
and A Clockwork Orange. And yes, I forgot and had to look at my stack of books.
My 3 favorite is Me Before You. The Fault in Our Stars and
Hazel Grace, they don't actually hurt you unless you light them. I never lit one. It's a metaphor, see? You put the thing that does the killing right between your teeth, but you never give it the power to kill you. A metaphor.
and Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Very sweet books.
Not sweet.
No, they're all so sad. Every one of those books is so sad.
People die in all of those.
You're dark.
I feel infinite.
Okay, so now that you guys know our movies/books, let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm actually going to do 3 questions from each book. I'm just going to go in order. Okay,
cool.
Let's go.
Ready?
First book is Me Before You. Number 1, what tattoo do Will and Lou get together?
They get a bumblebee.
Number 2, what did Miss Trainer hold every time she was nervous or anxious?
Oh my god, I don't remember. Keep going.
Number 3, what was the name of the cafe Lou worked in?
Oh shit, I don't remember that one either.
Okay, we'll come back to them.
Okay.
This is For Fault in Our Stars. What famous poet inspired the title?
William Shakespeare.
What is the name of the book by Peter Van Houten?
Oh my god!
We just talked about it!
An Imperial Affliction.
Perfect. What does Augustus claims Hazel's mid-2000s actress doppelganger is? What?
Keira Knightley?
Not that bad of an answer, actually. Next movie is whatever.
10 seconds.
What movie musical do all the characters take part in? In Perks.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
The song Heroes plays when they're in a tunnel. What is the song in the book? Okay.
What was that question?
I know. Is in the movies the song "Heroes" by David Bowie plays during the tunnel scene. What is it in the book?
I don't remember.
And then the last question is what city does Perks take place in?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's right.
It is not Ontario.
Canada.
So does she hold like a necklace or something?
She holds a crucifix. It's a necklace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I could see you were like,
At first I was thinking like, I knew it was something she wore. Okay, it was
Buttered Bun Cafe.
Butter bun. I know it says in the books. I don't remember if it said in the movie.
Yeah, I didn't know how.
Butter bun.
That's the one I thought was going to be a little trickier. In Imperial Affliction, Peter Van Houten, you got that right. Okay, the Gustus claims Hazel's mid-2000 doppelganger is Natalie Portman.
I was totally gonna see Natalie Portman.
So much like Keira Knightley. That's why when you said Keira Knightley, I was like, really good guess though. I mean, that is so close.
No, I was definitely thinking Natalie Portman, but I was like, no, she looks more like Keira Knightley.
But
they look so much alike, I consider them the same person. So I got that right.
They do look a lot alike. What musical? You got that right. Rocky Horror. And then what city does Perks take place in Pittsburgh? You got the rest of them right, Heather.
Sweet.
Good job.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all.
All right, you ready for yours?
I'm gonna let you press the start button for me. I'm gonna take a sip.
Take a sip. Get prepped. Get ready to speed answer.
Sipping that tea.
Okay, ready? And we're going to start with A Clockwork Orange and yeah. Okay, who played Alex in the film adaptation? Oh my god. Come back to it. Okay, name one Oscar the film was nominated for.
Best Picture.
Correct. What is the name of the Russian lingo that the book is partially written in?
Oh gosh.
Can we come back to it?
Come back to it.
Okay. Next is Hunger Games. How many fingers are put up in the salute when Katniss buries Rue? 3. Okay. What color is Cinna's eyeliner?
Blue.
Gold. Yep. What is the first memory Katniss has of Peeta?
Oh, when he threw her the bread.
Yep. Okay, Lord of the Rings. Who plays Frodo?
Oh my god, he looks just like Daniel Radcliffe. What's his freaking name? Elijah Wood.
Yep. True or false? Lord of the Rings won an Oscar for Best Director.
True.
False. What is J.R.R. Tolkien's full name?
John Robert Rowland. I don't know. I really don't know it.
Oh, that's
Yay!
pretty good.
But I missed some. Okay, what was the first two?
Okay, so who played Alex was Malcolm McDowell.
Malcolm McDowell.
Right on the tip of your tongue.
For some reason, I wanted to say Augustus Waters so bad. I was like, oh my god.
And then, yes, it was nominated for Best Picture, Director, Editing, and Writing. So you said Best Picture, so that was correct. The name of the Russian lingo that the book is partially written in is Nadzat. Nadzat? You got all the Hunger Games ones correct. Yes, Cinna's eyeliner is gold. I love his eyeliner.
I know. I was like,
did you know Lenny Kravitz plays Cinna?
Yeah.
I did not know
Lenny.
that.
You didn't know that was Lenny Kravitz?
I did not know that.
I love Lenny Kravitz. And then I always thought it was weird that Zoe Kravitz played in like the Divergent movies because they're kind of similar.
Yeah, they're dystopian, like action trilogies.
Like teenage.
I was like, cool, Dad, you get your own, I get my own.
You do you, I'm gonna do me.
And then Lord of the Rings was not nominated for Best Director.
I cannot believe that.
It got other nominations.
Oh, it got a bunch, but
it was nominated. No, it didn't win an Oscar for Best Director.
But it was nominated.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it was nominated. But that was kind of a tricky.
That was a tricky question.
And yeah, J.R.R. Tolkien's full name is John Ronald Reuel.
Oh, cool. John Roberts.
It was close.
I know that wasn't the word. I was like John Roberts.
Not bad though.
No, not bad. That's the weirdest thing is I've never looked up J.R.R. Tolkien's full name.
I know. It's just
I've always just
J.R.R.
taken
Tolkien.
it for what it is. Yeah. It's like J.K. Rowling. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
Jessica. Let's put guesses in this week, and then next week we'll let them know if we're right.
Hey, what is it?
J.K. Rowling.
Jessica Karen.
You can't choose Jessica too.
Oh, we're choosing.
You have to put in a guess, and whoever's closest wins a high five.
Jane Catherine Rowling.
Jessica.
I'm gonna write this down.
I made her middle name, or whatever the K is, Candy. Is that just mean? With a K. That's her stripper name.
You said Jessica?
Let's go Jessica Kathleen Rowling.
The reason I chose these three as some of my favorite adaptations from the books to movies kind of has the same reason behind all three. I thought the casting was spot on. Yeah, like Shailene Woodley is exactly Hazel Grace. Sorry. Shailene Woodley did a fantastic Hazel Grace, and so did Ansel Elgort. Did such a good Gus. Perfect.
Yeah, and I always thought it was so weird too that they played, lovers in that movie,
and then
they're
brother and sister in Divergent.
Are there no other Hollywood teenagers?
Same with Shailene Woodley and Miles Teller. They work together in The Spectacular Now as lovers, and then they hate each other in Divergent.
That's so weird. Miles Teller's the one who tries to kill her in Divergent.
Yeah, and then I read this once in a scene in Divergent when they're fighting, when they're training and they do the fight training. During that scene, she accidentally called him his character's name from The Spectacular Now.
That's funny. I wonder if that happens more often than we think.
I'm sure it does, because these people get so into their character. Perks of Being a Wallflower. The book, it's a coming of age book, which I absolutely love, and there's such a simplicity to this book, and it's
nostalgic for me in a way. Like, I read it, or not, I've never read it, sorry. I watched the movie, and it reminds me of like the Breakfast Club-ish, kind of those older 80s films.
And you can definitely relate to a lot of the stuff too. Me Before You.
The saddest. I didn't know anything about this movie until the other day. Heather gave me a little synopsis of it, and I'm gonna read it now, but I'm gonna cry. Sounds like the saddest movie ever. Yeah, the ending, it has that surprise element that you don't expect, which I absolutely love. And I saw the movie first, and you see the trailer, and you think it's just some, sappy romance movie, hot guy, super rich, has everything he could ever want, gets injured, his life's basically over, meets this kooky girl who they wouldn't necessarily have formed that relationship if he was his old self. You think they fall in love and live happily ever after, but they don't. And I'm not going to tell you how it ends. You're just going to have to go see. What are you doing? The rising action that led up to the climax was so subtle and unexpected. I thought they brought that from the book to the screen very well. And again, the characters, Sam Claflin. I did look it up. Plays a fantastic William Traynor. So the reason I chose my book to movies adaptations were actually kind of for different reasons, whereas Heather's were all kind of for similar reasons. I would say the reason I chose A Clockwork Orange is, number one, they did a really good job of going book to movie. Obviously, they had to adapt some of the crazier scenes in it, or else it would have been rated NC 100. No one would have been able to watch it.
Yeah, it's a crazy book.
Yeah, there's some heavy scenes in there, and it's not an easy read by any means. But they did the best job I think they could to really get the theme of the story across. And then I also really like it just for the controversy it created. It came out, it got banned in country in 1974. Stanley Kubrick directed it. It is such cool directing.
It was nominated for a few Oscars too.
Yeah, the editing on it is insane. The cinematography is super cool. I think it's a good movie, but mostly it's just so controversial and interesting and different than any other book to movie adaptation. Okay, and then so the reason I chose The Hunger Games, maybe more along the lines of just I love that book so many
Shelby,
times.
how many times have you read that book?
So I've read the first Hunger Games book 14 times, the second Hunger Games book 17 times, and then the third one 4 times. I love the Hunger Games. I would get loaves of bread to take to the movie premieres, and I would just cut pieces and pass it out to people.
With
and
burnt bread?
No, I should
call you Peta?
Should I have thrown burnt bread at people? But I really like the Hunger Games because I think The actors they chose were perfect. Jennifer Lawrence is one of my favorite actors, but I really don't know if someone could have played Katniss so well.
Yeah, she did awesome.
Yeah, she's so good at that character. And then I just think
You could just tell there was so much layering with her character because
much
there's
depth.
Yeah, there's so much that Katniss carries around with her. You know, you got her father's death, you got the poverty they're living in, you know, worrying about her sister, you know, where's food gonna come from, like all that stuff. And I thought she did just such a good job of adding those layers to her character and really that depth.
Yes.
Josh Hutcherson was the most perfect PETA. So Josh Hutcherson goes in for his audition, and he wasn't the casting director's first choice. He walks into his audition, stands in front of the camera, and he goes, "I'm Peeta Mellark." He's like, "I don't normally do this, but I'm Peeta Mellark."
Oh my gosh, really?
And he got the part.
That's so cute.
I was
and
like-
I feel like it's true. He is every time I've seen an interview, he is the nicest person ever.
I used to have such a big crush on him. I've had a crush on a lot of actors.
Bridge to Terabithia.
But then I learned he was shorter than me, and I'm like,
yeah, he's a shorter
he's
dude.
5'8", not bad. I'm 5'9", but we
Hey, he's taller than me still.
just don't even think about it.
Last one's Lord of the Rings. I feel like I don't even need to explain Lord of the Rings. It's like,
Explain it to me, Shelby.
I would have to say Lord of the Rings are now this may sound crazy, and I'm not talking about movies that are not as famous as books. These books are very famous, and I think those are the absolute best movies ever made from a book. They're long as crap, and they put in so many details from the book. They do skip some. There's like one major plot part they skip at the very end of the books that I was like, why did you skip that part? But in retrospect, it makes sense. But I would argue, I mean, the cinematography, the directing, the set design, the outfit design, the makeup and hair, and just
So like the
everything
technical elements.
the technical elements of that movie are so perfect. I will take it. I will take the ring to Modo. However, I don't know the way. And then you can have my axe and my sword, my bow. Also, Legolas was my first love.
I don't know what that is either.
Oh, right here, Heather.
He's better head than you.
I'll fight you. He does. He's beautiful. So those are our books to movies. Those are a little bit of an idea on why we like them so much. I don't think they're the best books to movies. Sound off in the comments below. Let us know which ones you think would be better.
Yeah, we want to hear your input. This week on WITWIGO, CMT Awards were last Thursday?
Last Wednesday. So a
Last
couple
week.
days ago now.
Keith Urban was the big winner for this CMT Awards.
He won 4 awards, including Best Video of the Year, Best Male Video of the Year, Best Collab Video of the Year, as well as Social Media Superstar.
Honestly, I don't even care for Keith Urban. He's cool, he's fine, he's whatever, but he's very poppy. His songs are very repetitive. I turn the radio most of the time when I hear his songs, so
I think every one of his songs sounds almost exactly the same. It's kind of sad was our boy Thomas Rhett, who we love, was nominated 4 times and won 0 awards.
But you know, Thomas Rhett's the real winner at this year's CMT Awards. You know why?
Why, Heather?
Because his wife is beautiful.
His wife is perfect.
And-
Lauren
Oh
is
my
so
God, that
naturally
green
pretty.
dress,
And her green, she wore like a green silk slip dress, and she was pregnant. And she's very pregnant, and she's
very pregnant.
she looked ethereal. She looked like a freaking goddess.
Yeah, and
I
they
love
adopted a little Willa.
Oh my god, yeah, they just adopted a child from Africa. Her name is Willa, and I watch all of their Instagram live stories because she is so cute.
Yeah, they're so country too. They live in Georgia, don't they?
Mhm.
God, next time we go to Georgia, we gotta go
We gotta
visit.
stalk.
Well,
Stalk
Shelby's
Thomas
cousin's neighbor is Travis Tritt, so it's possible.
We'll find T-Red. Travis Tritt, Thomas Rhett, they sound alike, right?
Also, something juicy that happened last week. Shelby, I'm gonna let you talk about this.
So on Thursday night, Katy Perry came out with her new album called Witness. I don't really care. Don't care for Katy Perry.
It's alright.
Moving on from that though, so Katy Perry drops her album Thursday at midnight going into Friday. That same exact night, good old sneaky Taylor Swift also made all of her music available for streaming again. Back on Spotify and Pandora, all those streaming services, which she took it off in 2015.
I did not know she discounted it on iTunes. Too.
Yeah, and she discounted her older music. So like it was usually worth like $129 a song or whatever, and she made it 99 cents.
And she's saying she did all this to celebrate 10 million copies being sold from her last album, but come on, Taylor.
It seems
a little peculiar.
I love it. I think that is as petty as it gets, just for the reason of being petty. I think it's hilarious because I don't care about their bad blood. I think everyone's over it. We've had multiple songs made about it, and
we get it. You guys don't get along. We get it.
But it's so funny. It is so awesome. Taylor Swift, you sneaky lady. And then the last thing on WITWIGO this week, not really what's going on in the world.
But what's going on in my world? Our world, my world, Shelby's world, our world.
It's my world.
I know I said last week to check in with me in August about my Harry Potter progress. Well, guess what? I'm on the very, very last movie. So, psych, it only took me less than 2 weeks. And oh my god.
She watched Deathly Hallows last night. I actually watched Order of the Phoenix last night too.
Now we're just looking at a Harry Potter binge.
Yeah, I almost changed my Hunger Games choice to Harry Potter this week, and then I was like, I can't.
I ordered the first book on Amazon last night too. I'm gonna read those.
Gryffindor! Okay, so with that WITWIGO, that ends everything we had to talk about this week.
Yes, check out our website, adoseoftwo.com. Send us an email at adoseoftwoblog@gmail.com.
Subscribe to our email list on our website, and you will get updates every time we post a video, written post, or anything.
Update our What the Happenings page that we also have on our website now. So we have a WITWIGO page. It's pretty cool if you want to see what's going on in Phoenix.
Yeah, some good stuff going up on there.
Yeah, or follow us on Instagram at adoseoftwoblog. You know, send us questions, emails, anything. We like to talk.
Yeah, if you want to make a comment about our movie choices this week, if you want to tell us we are stupid for choosing these movies, if you want to say that Lord of the Rings is also the best movie ever created, please send me an email and I'll send you back a 10-page dissertation about why I think Lord of the Rings is the greatest movie ever.
Don't get her started.
And I think that's all we have for this week.
Yeah, cool. So we will see you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Later.